That's us all home from work today, so it's not been a bad day really. So things did start off quite slow. It hasn't really been, that busy, to be honest with you. But I do really need to start taking my glasses to work and that. So we got like a little function tomorrow where they're just coming in just for soups. And I thought it said cheese scones on that list. So the boss has left like a little note saying, "Don't forget we have that function for 25 people tomorrow. You need your scones." So I'm thinking, "So scones, okay, yep." So I've literally made 40 odd today. And then when Karen, like the other boss, is coming in, I said, "Well, I've done all those," and I said, "What's that for?" I said, "Well, for the soup tomorrow." And she's like, "No, they're having soup and bread rolls." I was like, "Are they?" I said, "It's not what it says on my little note." So we've got the note out, and she's looked at it. She goes, "Oh, I don't think that looks like soup," she says. "I think that looks like soap." So, and then Harry's come up and he's like, "Well, yeah," he says that it could say scones, he says, and it could say soup. He says, "I can't really work it out either, but I really do need to start taking my glasses to work, just to make things slightly easier on like reading, because like I say, I've made all these scones today, which I didn't really have to. We have sold quite a few of them today, and we've had loads of compliments. In fact, we've had loads of compliments on everything today, where people have really enjoyed their food, what they've had. We've made a nice carrot and butternut squash soup. And that's gone really well today, so people really enjoyed that. And the quiches, we always get so many compliments on the quiche as well, which is always good. And it's always nice to hear nice feedback from people, that people are coming in and really enjoying the food which they actually eat. But all the food which we actually serve up is always fresh, and it's made fresh on the day, so we don't mass produce anything. And we always buy the raw materials in, and we make everything ourselves. So I think that's the difference. I really do. When you have fresh ingredients and you're making food fresh on the day, that's the best. It really is. It's always so much tastier. Baby Blue's been as good as gold again today. She really has. So she's been in a cage at work. So I mean, we do have our time off soon, where we do break up for a little bit of time. So we're going to spend so much time together, and I'm really quite looking forward to it actually. So we do have a few jobs, and I keep looking at all these trees up there where the turbine are. And I think so last year, when we had that massive strong wind and all those gusts, these trees were more or less bowing over the cabin. And one of my fears is that if they snap, that will just go through the cabin roof. And the last thing I want to do is get squashed. So I'm thinking that once I do break up, I'm going to spend a little bit of time, and I'm going to remove quite a few of those trees which are around the cabin. But since they are quite big, it means that I've got to get my climbing spikes on, and I've got to climb the trees to top them, and then literally just keep taking sections off, because I feel where they are, if I fell them where they are and they fall the wrong way, then I'm going to cause a lot of damage to the cabin, which I can't really afford to. I do feel quite confident, with the climbing spikes, but it's one of those things which I don't use them very often, and it does ache your ankles after a while. So I can probably only spend about 45 minutes maximum. So, I think there's about 20, maybe 30 trees which I do need to take out. But I think for my own safety over winter, that's what we've got to do. But I'm still waiting for the old strawberries to come. So there are quite a few which are all dotted around, ready for the second crop. There's one here or two there which won't be too long. And there's a couple under there which are nearly ready actually. So I have actually eaten a few tomatoes today as well. So I keep looking inside here and think so many of them are just so green still, but there's some red ones down there. There's a few more red ones over there. We got some there. So I just can't wait for all the larger ones to actually start turning, because they are just so tasty. They really are. I don't think you can beat homegrown vegetables. I haven't grown tomatoes in quite a long time, but I suppose that after time with tomatoes and that, they need the full sun to actually ripen. And I mean, the polytunnel does receive some sun, but not as much probably as a greenhouse. I didn't even water that pepper plant. You can see where all the leaves are dying back now, but I think I should start taking these peppers off. and literally start eating them and using them just before they spoil. But like I say, it's been a good day all round. I hope you guys have had a good day too, and all I can say is stay safe.